Hello, and thank you for joining me again on Zelda Rides Again. This ride was a joint ride, Neil and I out together, and I started on 43% battery, and I knew it was going to be a long ride, so I was trying to keep up the exercise levels as we went, so I didn't run out of battery before I got home. Watch and find out what happens. We started off with beautiful views of the mountains as we were going downhill. We like to take the smaller roads because I'm not keen on traffic. So we try to stay on very quiet roads or bicycle trails or forestry roads so we don't encounter much traffic. And here I am, trying to keep up with Neil on the flat. He just pedals away easily, and I just use my battery normally, but I'm actually working at it this time. I'd like to point out that Neil is riding a 25-year-old Specialized mountain bike or road bike that has suspension. Anyway, it's an old bike, but it was a top spec bike when he got it 25 years ago, and therefore it has excellent suspension and is really still a fabulous bike in so many different ways. And my bike, which is not an expensive bike in comparison, is very comfortable, and the suspension, there's springs in the seat itself. There's also suspension, not as high quality as Neil's, but there is suspension on my bike as well, on the forks and on the rear. So it's a comfortable ride.
Oh, look.
It's very good. I'm loving it. Ooh, my battery's down to 33%. I'll knock it back.
It would do it good to run it down anyway.
Well, I know. I just wanted to run out before I get home.
This is what I said to you, the second half always runs down quicker than the first.
Yep, I knew that. That's why I was concerned about doing something new today, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, we're not doing many hills, so, you know.
I've got it turned off now anyway.
We're not doing many hills, so.
Very true. Good point. Right here and turn here.
I thought it was. We just come across it so quick.
Yeah. We used to walk in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get to be the gate person since I have a...
You got stand.
I have a handy kickstand if I can figure out how to get it
And
done.
then you haven't got issues.
No issues with my side stand.
I know that'll be the first thing I buy if I get another bike.
Oops. Guess we got to go the other way.
I could look into putting one on this, I suppose. Just a bit of a... Add more weight. I'll hold it for you. Huh.
Oh, no.
Go on, I've got it.
Okay. I see. I can hold it for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Kickstand up. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. think based on that, I'm going to put my power one on.
It's because I've got it in too high a gear. I'm all right now.
Yeah, I do have it in too high a gear myself. Come on, torque center. There we go. I need to get it out of these gears. There we go. Down to 2 on the rough and rumble road. But only power 1. I don't really want to go any faster than this. I got precious cargo in my boot, so to speak. The rucksack on the back. Come on, 4 power, kick in. Thank you. Oh. Thank you. I'll hold that. No, I won't. Power 1, the second gear, takes off much better. Really trying to get out of Neil's way. Should really let him go ahead. Into first gear. Still in power 1. You want to go by me? I don't like holding people up. I am now officially warm. Third gear, I didn't change it. Ooh, bit of a long drop there. We've not been on this path yet. The bit back there we had, but not here. First gear. Let's just power it up to 4 so I don't get too far behind. Big rocks. There's a bicycle behind us.
Yeah, I can see it.
Hello.
Hello. Hiya.
At 31%. Power level 3 going uphill, and gear 3. And we're going down to second gear. Right. To Escadale anyway.
Right.
Could take the road to Struy if you want. I've never been on that road.
How's your power now?
What's that? How's my power? I'm on 31%. I'm on 0 power, 7th gear. Hello?
Here she comes.
Huh?
Here she comes.
Here she comes. Trying to stay in power assist 1. I should probably not be on this side of the road with the way that people drive on this road. it's break time. Yay, break time!
The sound went poor because the wind was facing us as we were coming back. But at this point, we were on our way home, and that seems to be when the sound goes when I'm recording. So I'll have to remember that in the future. The homeward trip probably shouldn't have been recorded verbally anyway, because the closer I got to home, the lower my battery went, and the scarier, so to speak, it got that I thought, I'm gonna have to ride this bike without any battery. We were out for 4 hours, a half an hour for lunch, and as Neil said, the battery went down a lot faster on the way home than it did at any other time because it was past the 50% mark when we started out. So when we got to the last hill, well, the second to last hill on the way home, I had been preserving my battery and trying to do it manually as much as possible. I was pretty much on 0 power for most of the way home until we got to the 2 last hills, at which point I was tired, but the battery had still been going down because we did have sections where I just had to use battery because there's lots of hills in Scotland. And as we went up the second to last hill, I took a little break first, and it was 8% on the battery. Sometimes it would go up to 12, but it was at 8% when I started off on that hill, and I knew I was going to lose power. So I also knew that that hill was extremely steep, and I started it off in Power 5, Gear 1, and it failed. By the end of that hill, I was definitely on manual power only. And that was okay because we had another downhill after that, but then we had another hill after that that was quite grueling, going uphill to get back to our village where we could coast home, so to speak. And Neil took over for me, because isn't he a gentleman? He's my knight in shining armor. I got on his bicycle that still had e-battery. He has the switch conversion package on his manual bike, so he does have e-power, but he chooses not to use it most of the time. And I just coasted up the hill on his e-bike. And he manually just had a go at getting my bike up the hill. He did not walk it. He rode that bike up that hill, as heavy as it was, in first gear, and it made it. I was a bit tired. I would have walked it at that point, but I'd have made it home. I could have just walked my bike. But it was a good lesson learned that I will not go out on a long trip under 50% ever again. So I hope you've enjoyed this little trip that we had. And if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments, because that will help me with answering questions in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.